Today's been a bit of a long day, and we're out here in this beautiful part of the country. This is Peak District, not to be confused with Lake District. Wow, look at that. And it took us the better part of about, I don't know, 6 hours to get here, even though it's not actually that far. This is one of the things about bikes, is that you might be going pretty quick, but overall it seems to take you longer to get to where you want to go. And it might be something to do with the fact that you have to take more breaks. You know, your posterior tends to disagree with long-term discomfort, which just means I have to get a better seat, which is fine. This one's a bit used, I think. It's covered in goose juice. It's seen quite a few miles with quite a few bottoms. This bike has had, I believe, 5 owners, and that definitely makes a difference. Now look at all these little lambs and sheep running around like like there's no tomorrow. This is adorable. Look at this place. Look at that car. Wow. Yeah. So on the way here, we kind of stumbled upon a couple interesting experiences, I think is the best way to put it. Wow, look at that. It's an Alfa Romeo. I believe that's an 8C or a 4C. I kind of forgot. So on the way here, we took a stop for a break, and we kind of ran into this poor guy. He just stopped. He just pulled into his house. Looked like he's just got off a nice ride with his darling significant other. Pulls into his driveway and proceeds to very slowly fall over. It was all very slow motion, and the poor lady on the back took quite a tumble. And I wasn't in the position to jump off my bike and help. Unfortunately, I was stuck in first gear. My engine was running. I didn't have my kickstand down. I couldn't do everything fast enough to save them. So, unfortunately, I just kind of watched. I did get off, and I did say, "Are you guys all right?" afterwards. I felt really bad for them. That poor guy's face was red from straight up embarrassment. He is obviously having a bit of a midlife crisis, and obviously it's not panning out so well for him. But I digress. Other than that, on the way here, we took one of the roads. We were just outside Peak District, and there was, unfortunately, what looked like a terrible accident. We saw the medical helicopter flying in. We saw some paramedics doing a lot to try and help someone. I didn't actually see anyone there, but reminds me about, you know, life is short, and we do dangerous things to remind us of that, not because we're trying to slide into the grave with a pretty corpse. Not that that really matters. The point is to live, but if you don't actually live, then did you actually live? Don't forget to nod to your fellow motorcyclist. That's something else that's very interesting over here, is the peace sign between motorcycles in America means go fuck yourself over here in the UK. And if you want a bit of a history lesson on that, it comes from all the wars between France and England, where warfare was carried out much with archers, longswords, and cavalry, and the archers were a formidable foe. So whenever you caught one of the opposing nation's archers, I love that bike. Whenever France caught a English archer, they would chop off his index and middle finger on his right hand, with which he would use, or I guess she would use, but I'm not sure, to pull back the bow and launch the arrow. And so, over time, the English started throwing insults to the French, I guess before battle, and they would show up their 2 fingers, basically like this, and they would show them up to say, "Fuck you, I still have my fingers, and I'm going to kill you." So, there's a bit of history there for ya. Beyond that, we're on our way to, I forgot what it was called, Whistler Pass. It's supposed to be pretty. It's very nice to see some hills and rock formations in England. It's not necessarily common when you live in London, which is unfortunate, but oh well. So, look at that GSXR behind us. Oof. Let's get a quick fisty. We got a fist bump. Nice one. God, I love this. Where the fuck are we? And where are we going? We're trying to get to the castle up there. Oh, you cunt! Oh shit. Some very angry lady telling us to fuck off. England. It's the British! So that was fun. We just got our lives threatened by an angry British man and a gun. That was interesting. That's a new one. See, now, I thought that was an American problem. But I was never threatened with my life in the States, despite it having more guns per capita than anywhere else in the world. It appears that England is at fault for that one. But anyhow, not gonna let it get us down. We got shit to do. Just look at this expansive view. Stunning. So this is definitely in the top 10 moments of why I bought a motorcycle, is to get out to places like this. Travel to places you otherwise wouldn't bother, but arguably it's the same if you have a car. But maybe not so much, because parking becomes a problem. And let me just tell you, these things fit just about anywhere. Which is one of the best parts, especially in London. No congestion charge, no parking fees. Rarely, I mean they exist of course, but most of the time it's nothing. There's always space, there's never really any issue, no one really bothers you. The only problem you get, motorcycle theft. But anyway, just look at this. Wow. I am in awe. Sheep! Alright, so I'd say we had a pretty successful day. Nobody got hurt, even though we had a couple of close calls. But out here in Peak District, I hope to come visit it once again someday. Hopefully after making some modifications, this whole crisis, coronavirus, is past, and I can book something to stay the night so I don't have to stress about going home. I can stay out, ride a bit later. I can really enjoy myself a little bit more than I am now. Hopefully there will be some restaurants open, because I am absolutely famished. So it's only 5 hours to London and it's only 7 p.m. I don't think I'm gonna get home tonight. Luckily enough, the editor-in-chief and his fine lady might have a place for me this evening. Look at that! Man, I am so happy and proud of myself for making things in my life happen. Oh shit, I did not, I didn't do it my strap. Shit. Alright guys, I'll tell you what just happened. I fucked up and forgot to do my helmet strap. Now that is definitely one of the most dangerous things you could possibly do. But we're gonna play catch up right now because we lost our navigator. Let's go! Found him. 'Cause you're my best friend in the whole world. And I forgot how the song goes. Something about best friends. I think, make sure we play that here. Editor-in-chief, don't forget that.
My best friends in the world. You are my best friends in the world. And that's right.
books or I don't know what.
Ooh.